So, we're looking into the murder of Vivian Roberts. She is married to Charles and has a daughter, Trisha. And Trisha fell in love with Scott, the orphan boy, adopted by the local priest. And then Scott actually ended up getting hired by the family and then fell in love with Trisha. But for some reason, no one wants them to hang out. And the mom is using the excuse that he is not of the right stature, like he's not rich enough, basically. But we then found out in a diary of the dad that he had an affair. Then our theory was that Scott is actually secretly a bastard child from that affair. I've been watching too much House of the Dragon. I mean, like, bastard. And I think, honestly, that Charles, because he felt bad for Scott, probably hired him to work for the family to give him an income, to, like, support him even though he's not, like, Scott has no idea. Yeah, and I think that's why everyone in the family is like, you should not hang out with him anymore. Like, we don't want you two together, because they probably know that they're brother and sister. Except for Trisha and Scott, they have no idea. That is our current working theory. But who knows? Maybe there's more in play. Maybe Derek is the son. Who knows? Dorothy is also important to know because we're starting at her house now. Dorothy was one of the maids in the house and was very kind to Trisha. Basically left her a key that if she ever wanted to escape or needed like a place to like breathe, she could come to Dorothy's house. That's how we got the key. And now we're going to explore Dorothy's. So Dorothy was basically just, what we know about her is that she was very nice and considerate. Very nice to Trisha. And Trisha, to the point where Trisha was like, can Dorothy be my mom? So very, very serious. Oh, do you think that's them? I forgot someone had to quit very abruptly. One of the maids, I think, but I don't know if it was Dorothy. Okay. That's locked. So we have to look very carefully, try and find like keys, diaries, open all the drawers. Ooh. Haha. Charles asked something of me today. He asked if I would be willing to stay with Sofia, that he'd arranged to have a house rented out a little ways from the mansion. I told him that I would help, but that Sofia's pregnancy will eventually show. There's no way of hiding it. Wait, so Sofia is the other... Sofia was the pretty girl, wasn't she? Wasn't Sofia the pretty girl who everyone wanted to be with? And Derek's mom was jealous of her? So she got pregnant? And Charles is very worried. Charles came up to me and expressed his gratitude for taking care of Sofia. He said he will be covering all the necessary expenses. He told me not to tell anyone about it. Oh. Dad slept with Sofia. As for Sofia's growing belly, when the time comes, I am to make up something about her running errands outside of Painscreek. I'm not sure if that will work. Sophia's 8 months into her pregnancy. Her belly's big now. I asked her how she felt. She told me she's happy and feels hopeful for their future. She said it would be best if the baby is a boy. I can understand why she's thinking that way, but I can't help but wonder how Vivian will feel about it all. What will the ramification of this be? It will also really explain why Vivian was fighting with Scott on that night, because she probably just hates him just for the fact that he's a constant reminder that her husband cheated on her. Makes me think of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I remember he has a child with a maid, I think. Oh, Arnie. In the name of God. Oh yeah, and Vivian can't get kids anymore. That's true. She had a miscarriage and then it was all over for her. Ooh. They do really like that cramped toilets, don't they? Oh, I forgot to say I was so excited to play this again. I was constantly thinking about this story. And I want to know how it unfolds. That is a very luxurious bathtub, isn't it? For a tiny cottage? There's nothing else in here. Do we have a... House entrance key, but we don't know who this is for. There's nothing on it. Let's see what that letter of resignation. Dorothy leaving. I've worked here for more than 20 years. I'm so glad that I was able to spend time here with everyone. So Dorothy quit her job. I greatly appreciate the opportunities. Trisha owes everything to me. Despite what happened here, there are moments of pure joy that we all share together. I will hold on to these memories. Sorry I'm leaving. I won't be able to serve you anymore. Please take care of yourself, Dorothy. So Dorothy quit her job. I thought it would be Sofia. Yeah, let's go to the cabin. Because we have two things for the cabin. Not only do we have the key for the front door, but we have that cross that leads to some kind of secret. It was here, wasn't it? Yes! Ha 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 ha! Okay. What did it say again? Give Trisha my spare cabin key. Ah. Oh, and Andrew was the alcoholic. Right. Yoo-hoo-hoo! We're in. Well, well, well. Okay. So this is where Scott spent most of his time. At least this looks like a normal bathroom. Like everything is spaced normal. Wait, this is it? Do you think this is like a sofa bed? Oh, it looks like a sofa bed. Maybe? Boy, where did you sleep? Close that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing. Knife is a dull blade. Okay. Master Carpentry Illustrated. Not a book for beginners. There has to be some kind of diary somewhere. A key! I want it. Chest box. Diary. Jackpot. Today's Valentine's Day. Ooh, your sister! I wanted to spend the day with Trisha, but Charles invited me to go hunting. I was nervous. Not because it's my first time hunting, but because it's with Trisha's dad. Turned out that I actually enjoyed being with him. I feel comfortable talking to him. I don't get it. Why would Father Matthew forbid me to be with Trisha? Is it because I'm not rich or because I'm an orphan? He didn't explain anything to me. Maybe he doesn't love me anymore. I'm so confused. We quarreled again today. I couldn't stand Father Matthew's preaching attitude, so I yelled back at him. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I'm so frustrated. Father Matthew said that I'm not an orphan. What does that mean? Does he know who my parents are? I pressed him to keep talking, but he wouldn't tell me anything after that. I need to know more. These past weeks, it has become more difficult for me to talk to Father Matthew. Whenever we speak, he addresses only church stuff. I realize that I'm starting to avoid him. Whenever he asks me how my day was, I don't feel like answering him. When I ask him about my past, he's always trying to change the subject. I feel so frustrated. I've moved out of the church. Father Matthew did not object, although he looked a bit sad. Mr. Roberts was kind enough to let me stay at his cabin if I'm willing to work for him as an assistant gardener. There we go. That way the mansion garden can still be well maintained even when Andrew cannot make it. It's been a month since Charles gave me this cabin to stay. I still don't know where to start my investigation. Andrew's been drinking. Bernard asked me to bring him home today. Whenever he's drunk, he accuses himself, saying that he's a sinner. Sometimes... Oh. Wait, we need to look at Andrew's diary again. Sometimes he would mutter names that I've never heard of. Of all the names, I think I only recognized Magdalene. I just can't remember where I heard that name before. Have we seen a Magdalene? I just returned from the orphanage and found out that it was Father Calvin who brought me there. The record sheet stated that I was from Painscreek. How? If I was born in Painscreek, there must be records of me in the hospital, but I've checked. There's none. I broke into Father Matthew's bedroom today. I shouldn't have done that, but he might have had something that could tell me about my birth parents. He didn't have anything relevant. Andrew's drunk again. This is the 5th time I had to bring him home and then cover his shift. It's getting quite annoying. As I laid him down on his bed, he muttered repeatedly, "I'm so sorry, Sofia." It's your mom! Okay, wait. So, Andrew... Reed. I hate to admit it, but Scott is a good kid. Starting to like him. He's as guilty as I am. We're all in it together. He cannot abandon me. Ever since Scott asked about her, I started to see Sofia again. Why did he have to mention her? I think I'm going crazy. I know I'm a sinner. That's why I'm going crazy. I know that nothing I do will bring her back. I pray that our sins do not pass down to our children. Please forgive us for what we have done. So... Oh, God. Okay. So they must have killed Sofia, right? Did Sofia have a grave at the graveyard? Ooh, another key. Ooh. That must be from the church. Do you think Sofia had the baby and then they killed her? Maybe she was threatening to... Maybe she was threatening to tell everyone. Yeah, and that's why he's seeing her everywhere, because he feels so guilty. Maybe Sofia's in the well. I still think there's somebody in that well. Okay. We have a house key that we don't know. We don't know where it goes. We have this mysterious key. We don't know where that goes. Belonged to Scott. What did we read about this again? Then the chest box and church key. I don't think we can do anything for now. I can't open the fridge, no. Let's go to church and use a key and read our Bible. Although there might be a back door or something. I can't go there. What's that window? There's definitely a basement. Yeah, definitely something there, but... Wait, who did he get the cabin from? Oh, oops. Someone gave him the cabin, right? Was it Andrew? Charles? Oh. Because maybe Charles has another key then? Okay, church. Also, we know the time capsule is in the cemetery. But we need to get the shovel. Oh yeah, from the photo dude. Maybe we can get in there too. Right, maybe... I'm thinking maybe that key fits the lockbox. The toolbox. The toolbox was in... here. This one? Scott's things. Chest box. Yeah. Key to a basement. There it is. Dear Scott, orphanage. I'm Sister Rachel. Although I wasn't here when you last came, I hope you remember me. I was your nursing mother after you arrived here those years ago. I understand you came here earlier to find out how you came to be at St. Patrick's Orphanage. On July 4th, 1975, Father Calvin came to us holding a basket with you in it. He said that you'd lost your parents and there's no one to take care of you. He told us that your name was Scott. After he left, Sister Emma asked if I would be willing to take care of a baby. At first I hesitated because it was a huge responsibility, but when I saw your face, so full of innocence and curiosity, I felt as if God himself had delivered you to me. I accepted the task. When you were 10, Father Matthew came to see you. He had just become the head priest of Painscreek Trinity Church. He visited often, usually at the beginning of the month. Whenever he left, he would leave an envelope containing a small sum of money. He said it was for everything he needed and that whatever was left was then given to the orphanage. That must have been just funding from Charles. I would be lying to say if I wasn't sad when you left, but when Father Matthew adopted you, I believed that your life would be better in Painscreek than here, and I dearly hope it's so. Everything enclosed within the package used to be yours. I think you should have these. May God bless you. So these were his things at the hospital. I asked Andrew about Sofia. First he freaked out, saying that I shouldn't go around speaking that name. Then he said he never heard of that name in his life. Is he hiding something? Why would he lie about Sofia? This makes me want to know who Sofia is even more. I asked Wanda if she knew anything about Sofia. She said Sofia used to work as a maid in a mansion for a few years until she was let go. When asked why, Wanda said she didn't know. However, she thought that Sofia was a manipulative woman that would do anything to get what she wanted. Wanda resented that. I met Derek today and asked if he knew anyone by the name of Sofia. Apparently he's not on speaking terms with me. I wonder if it has anything to do with Trisha. During today's lunch break, I asked Bernard if he knew about Sofia. He was surprised that I knew the name, but proceeded to say he did not know her that well. Somehow, I feel uncomfortable whenever I talk with Bernard. His cold gaze gives me the shivers. I met Dorothy while tending to the garden. I asked her about Sofia. Ugh! She looked confused. She was curious as to where I heard the name. I told her it came from Andrew. She kindly explained that Sofia was a close friend of hers when Sofia first came to work for the Roberts family. Unfortunately, she had an affair with Charles when Vivian was hospitalized, so he knows. Shortly after she left Painscreek, no one has heard of her ever since. Dorothy thinks that Sofia has probably started a new life in another place. I wonder if the affair was the reason everyone's quiet about it. Yo, how can you not put two and two together? Wait, couldn't he just oh my god, couldn't he just be like, okay, so Vivian was in the hospital and the affair took place then, and I was born 9 months later. I wonder how that works. Like, how you go outside and don't expect to see anyone you know, so then you don't see them because you're not looking for it. Like, he's probably like, there's no way I'm Charles's kid. So he doesn't connect the dots because he just, in his head, he's just like, there's no way. Because then it would imply that Trisha is his sister as well, and he probably doesn't want that with what he feels for her. We still have this, though. Key with a cross engraved on it might be usable in the church. Back in we go. In the church. Was there a locked door anywhere? I don't think I've even been in here. Oh! I didn't even see that. That is so tiny. In the confession booth. No, there's another? Huh. What did he keep in there? Drugs? Well, uncover one secret and find another. Okay, we have a key. Key. If you were a key, where would you be? Huh. Surprised some of these lights work. How the hell does that have power? Shouldn't say that. I'm in church. How the heck? Ah! Oh! Found it. I smell a mystery. 46 Silver Lake. O'Malley and Associates, attorney at law. Dear Mr. Brooks, we've evaluated your case and we accept the request to represent your son, Scott Brooks, in court. We are in the process of drafting an appeal for his release. Jesus. It's really hard to read. It's so white. Considering the sensitivity of the situation, we urge you not to make any public statements until consulting with us. His release. Got arrested? We would like copies of any government documents related in any ways to your son. The more we have, the better we can help. State Bank. Donation from Robert's family. $1,000. Payment from church maintenance. Check from car dealership. Community potluck. First payment fee for Scott's lawyers. Roof fixing. Scott's lawyers. There has to be more. Yes! I had always wanted to be adopted, but I guess heaven had something else in store for me. Instead of being taken in by a family, I came to Painscreek Trinity Church. To be honest, I would prefer to have a real family with people whom I can call mom and dad. But Father Calvin said God has other plans for my future, and in time I will come to realize it. The Roberts family is looking for a new maid. I told Mrs. Roberts that a relative of mine would fit the position. Sofia. Wait. This is someone older than Scott? Father Calvin always said we have to help those who are in need. Sofia is in need. This is whoever got her the job? But he got adopted as well. I always wanted to be adopted. Since starting the job at the mansion, Sofia has settled in nicely. Whenever she has time off from work, we've been exploring Painscreek together. I have so much to show her. This is just like the orphanage days, and I'm extremely comfortable being with her. Today was Sofia's day off. We ate at the Moon Cafe. Can't seem to get enough of this place. Food is delicious, the atmosphere is relaxing, and the coffee tastes great. Coffee. Maybe it's all because of Sofia's company. Still, I love to hang out here. This is definitely one of my favorite places in Painscreek, followed closely by the church and the little big books. Whose diary is this? Matthew Brooks. Wait, Father Matthew? Father Matthew was an orphan and is who he brought in Sofia. That would make sense. That would make sense if Father Matthew and Sofia were really close. and then Sofia went and got pregnant, then he would want to help her out. Huh. Interesting. That's a big revelation right there. And probably because Father Matthew was an orphan himself, he probably wanted to take care of Scott even more. That must be Scott's door to the basement, right? We should go back to the cabin. Mandatory thing to have a diary in this town. I mean, it was the 70s. I think maybe there was just no other good way to document things. Yes! Yes! Basement! There's a light. How is this power still on? Oh yeah, it is on. There it is. The hidden truth. On Valentine's Day, Trisha gave me some chocolate. I've never seen that brand before. I bet it must be expensive. I haven't finished making the music box. I hoped that it would be her Valentine's Day present. I'll just give it to her later. Hopefully she can forgive me. It's been quite some time since I last talked to Father Matthew. Father Matthew. He's always asked how I'm doing after Sunday service, but I tend to ignore him whenever possible. I know it's wrong. I need to find a way to make amends with him. The grass has been growing wild lately. The weeds are everywhere and Andrew's not here. Actually, he hasn't been here for quite a while now. I wonder what happened to him. I should visit him after work tomorrow. I was about to pick Andrew up for work when I found him lying unconscious on the floor. There was an empty bottle of sleeping pills on the table. I immediately called the ambulance. According to the nurse, this is Andrew's third suicide attempt. She's glad that I saved him in time. An hour later and he could have died. I don't know why Andrew would commit suicide. What I know is that he must be lonely, that he needs a friend. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He's out of ER and is recovering quite well. While I was cutting the fruits, he told me his story. In 1972, there was a maid who came to work at the mansion. Her name was Sofia. She was a hardworking young lady with a great personality. She was loved by many. A few years into her job, however, she had an affair with Charles. A child was born. When Vivian found out, she was furious and decided to kick her out of Painscreek. What happened after that was a tragedy. On June 26, 1975, at 11 p.m., Vivian, Dr. Johnson, and Andrew confronted Sofia. A fight broke out. Wait, Dr. Johnson drowned in the river, Vivian got murdered, and Andrew's house got set on fire. Do you think Sofia is maybe behind it all? Sofia fell and hit her head on the nearby wall. She stopped moving. Dr. Johnson checked and realized she was dead. Oh, her neck had broken. Never mind my theory. No one knew what to do. Vivian then asked Andrew to take care of the body and her baby. Andrew did what he had to do to protect Vivian. After that night, they vowed never to tell anyone about the incident. Before leaving, I asked Andrew what the baby's name was. He said it was Vincent. As I left the hospital, I couldn't help but pity Andrew. He's lived a confusing life and the struggle shows. I hope he can heal. Dude, how are you not putting two and two together? Come on. He knows he's an orphan. He knows when he came to the orphanage. He knows that he was born in Painscreek. It's like, put it together. So they all three of them. So who would want to go on a revenge quest to kill them all if not Scott? Because Scott had a fight with Vivian right before she died. Sophia's ghost is back to hunt everyone. Can you imagine if it was actually a ghost? If this all turned supernatural? That would be so cool. Bet it's Matthew. Father Matthew? It could be, because Scott is not talking to him anymore. They seem completely out of touch. So if Father Matthew was secretly doing this, Scott wouldn't know. Oh, and then, God, and then Father Matthew was paying for the lawyer bills as well to get his son out of jail. Yeah, maybe it was Father Matthew. Or Charles. That's true, because he was in love with her. Okay, so where does that cross go? We still need to find a place for that. Oh. Why can I pull that? I feel like there's a secret behind here. A doorway? But I don't see a place for a cross. Oh, I can just go through it. Something on the left side of the closet. Oh! Oh! You found it! Now pull it. Amazing! Secret tunnel! Through the cabinet! Secret, 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 secret tunnel! So this is where he slept. That's where he did his carpentry. Coffee. Amazing. Good job. Well spotted. Holy shit. I'm very impressed. Robert's estate security tapes. Why would he have them here? Can we watch this one? I keep wanting to watch a tape. I realized who I am from the moment I saw the photo. There you fucking go. Jesus Christ, Scott. I know who my father is. Everything makes sense now. I visited Andrew today. I needed to know where they'd hid Mom's body. But he cried and begged me not to say anything about it anymore. There was no room for whatever questions I had left. I then told him I'm the boy he gave to Father Calvin to get rid of. He was utterly shocked. Come on, dude. After that, I left. I could not bear to look at him for another second. I know who I am, and now I feel everything is falling apart. Andrew came to the cabin and told me where the body was hidden. He said he was sorry and left. Externally, I was quiet. Internally, I was sputtering and livid. After he left, I came to my room and cried. The well! The well! I was calling from the very start. The well had dried up and was covered in moss. I wouldn't have known that the well even existed if I didn't work at the mansion. Oh, it's actually not this well, but there's a well at the mansion. Well, it's still a well. Finally found Mom's body. I buried her in the cemetery next to Father Calvin. There was no tombstone for her, just a wooden cross. Oh, the one in the corner. We looked at that one. I don't think Father Calvin would mind. After all, he was the one who saved me. A month has passed. I haven't worked since, and I have stopped meeting anyone. Ah, that's why he locked himself up in his cabin. Trisha knocks on my door every day, but I would hide each time. She cries every time, begging me to come out, anxious to know why I won't see her, if she has done anything wrong. I don't know what to say to her, but I know we cannot be together anymore. Father Matthew visited me today. He said that he hasn't seen me at church for a while, and that no one has heard from me in weeks. When he asked how I was doing, I began crying. The tears just flowed down my cheeks. I cried and I cried. I just couldn't stop them. I told him everything. I told him that I know that Charles is my father. I confessed that I now knew that Trisha was my half-sister. I said that I didn't know what to do. He listened and didn't speak. We called it. We called it. We totally called it. Ooh. Music box key. Ah, the baby boy. That's the blanket. Huh. 6/21/1975. We should try that on the safe in the dad's gallery. The mind is the key. David Chen and Sarah Patterson focus on tackling the understanding of human behavior. Oh, this is the... Oh! This is the thumbnail on the Steam page. Who killed my mother? Why was she killed? Honestly, I almost feel like that's the lady we saw in the woods. Dorothy. She loved and took care of Sofia when she was pregnant. Dr. Johnson killed Magdalene. Magdalene? In Indonesia at the time. 6 years old at the time. Wanda, Derek's mom. Andrew Gardner. Father Calvin saved me. It couldn't be him. Oh, Bernard was the butler, yeah. Magdalene. Couldn't be her. She tried to find Sofia. Who is Magdalene? Charles's mother? Oh, the mother that Vivian hated. The doctor killed her? Charles is my father. Old sewer entrance. Dorothy's house, we've been there. Andrew's house, we've been there. Time capsule, we haven't gotten yet. Derek and Wanda's house, we've been there. I think we've been to Bernard's house. So we need to check out the old sewer entrance. And we still need to go to Oliver's photography because he has a shovel for us. Okay. Found out who killed my mother. That's so ominous. Amazing. Huh? Painscreek sewer. Can we take it? Yes. I didn't think we were gonna go into the sewers. Hey. Old gate key. That must be the sewer entrance key. So many treasures in here. I think we got it. Oh, I can't believe that as soon as we read about the dad's affair, we were like, what if they're brother and sister? And we were totally right. Major evidence, take a picture. Oh, for the game? I was like, I'll remember it, but if the game needs it, then you need pictures for evidence. Okay. What do I need to take a picture of specifically? Just the board? Do you think that's good? P. That's the first picture we took. Tutorial complete. The sewer entrance should be here. Black Pine Road. Okay. If I go here, this should be Black Pine Road. The post office. Yeah. Old sewer entrance. Oh, it's actually on the mayor's... Wait. So that's one road to the... I think there's a shortcut here. Ah. There we go. Okay. Oh, my back hurts. God, even just breathing, I'm like, ugh. The ribs on the back of my back hurt. Okay, big sewers. So is this blocked off, you think? I don't think I can unlock it from this side. This one, though. Oh, it's not locked. So that must be here, right? Should we check the mansion first? We came in here. Oh. Can I unlock this? Don't think so. I mean, I should be able to just lift that, but... Top has been sealed shut. Okay, so where are we trying to go? Maybe these doors? What was he doing with this? Why was he exploring the hospital? Or the hospital? I saw the hospital. Why was he exploring the sewers? Hospital basement. It was the hospital basement. Yes! We can finally get in the basement. Okay, let's go step by step though. Let's check the farmer's market. Is that closed? Can I open this? I don't think so. Okay. So now we're here. So we could go this way and try and find the hospital. I thought that was a body. Holy shit. Okay, so that's the postal service. So much junk. Okay, so now I'm here. There's another door. Oh, the light's on. Not that that means anything, apparently. Okay, we're getting closer. I just want to make sure I check all the doors, because one of them might be open, and then I don't want to miss it. Scared you with the body thing. Oh, I see. Okay, that's there. So straight through is the hospital. If this opens, we're on the right track. Does that look like a body? Hospital. The hospital was creepy though. It's so dark down here. Here we are, somewhere. Ooh. Eh. Can we open all of these? Thank God we can't. Okay, bye. Ooh, keys. BH. Bernard? BH? Stephen Moss. Wait, did the PI get murdered? Wasn't he investigating this case? Briefcase key. I called Dorothy last week. She told me something interesting about Sofia. That was a puzzle that she received from Matthew when she first started working at the mansion, sort of a birthday gift. In that puzzle, Sofia was to visit both hers and Matthew's favorite locations in Painscreek. In each location lies a clue that Matthew had written on the wall of the building exterior. The clues when put together will point to the location of her gift. I thought that was a neat idea. Her favorite places were Anne's courtyard, inn and suites, the bridge, and the post office. Why would someone like the post office? And where can I find Matthew's favorite places? Should we go buy those for the markings? I received an anonymous message this morning. It claimed that Scott wasn't Vivian's killer. Okay, unfortunately that's all I got. I have my doubts whether Scott really killed Vivian. He sure had the motive, but upon reading all his diaries and looking through his investigation notes, I can't help but think Scott didn't kill her. On the contrary, he was trying to find out who killed Vivian, as well as what really happened to Andrew Reed and Dr. Johnson. I still don't know if this anonymous person is a man or a woman, but they've helped solidify my thoughts on Scott. I received another message yesterday, told me to look into Bernard, the butler. Can't help but feel that this person is trying to tell me something, but not exactly what. The message said I will find something in the house. Today I received a key in the mail with the initials BH. Bernard's house. That's what I was thinking. I've searched everywhere and read all of Bernard's diaries. Something just doesn't add up. Maybe it's just a hunch or simply that I'm thinking too much, but would he really have killed Vivian? There's something else about his entries that just make me pause and wonder if he was indeed a murderer. I photographed all the pages. Maybe that's in his suitcase? What happened to him? It's so quiet. What happened? Don't like it. Why is it so... Okay, so where are we? It's 5, the morgue? Yeah, so we came in through here. So now we're gonna go down the hall. Why is it so quiet? Why is this open? I don't like it. I got a hammer. Okay, music is back. We got a hammer. It's all good. Can we restore the power? Oh yeah, and then we can go into the doctor's office. Yes. Oh my god, yes. Can I? Does it work? Ah! Wait! Ah ha ha! How nice. Wait, does the elevator work now? Oh, no. Unlock that baby. Heck yeah! We did it! We're back here! Oh my god. Okay, so the doctor's office that we wanted to get into, I think was... Yeah, number 2. He went number 2. No. We've had this forever. Oh my god. Close it though, I'm paranoid. Dude, why you don't have any curtains? I would have closed them. I feel like I'm being snooped on. Henry Johnson. Dear Doctor, I would like to thank you for your contribution to the Painscreek Community Hospital and the people of Painscreek for the past 2 decades. However, there have been reports regarding the mishandling of funds designated for PCH, most of which come from the Roberts Relief Fund. What if Vivian had an affair with the doctor? And that's why she was giving him funds. He was siphoning them off to a private account so that they could run off together. This support was meant to help with the purchases of the medical equipment and supplies. Since the sum of nearly $160,000 has been estimated missing, we have no other choice except to open an investigation. Until you are able to explain the discrepancies between your accounting and ours, we have no choice but to suspend all funding for the hospital for the time being. I will be meeting you and your accountant to solve these issues so we may continue to support the hospital's needs. Oh, Vivian. So, no. It wasn't that. $203. The inn? To Charles Roberts, I don't know if it's a joke that you sent me the threat letter, but if you knew about the well, then you must have found out the truth. Just so you know, your wife was the one behind all of it. If you have any grudge, it's with her, not me. I was just a witness in Sofia's death, nothing more. Fax it tomorrow. Okay, to Charles. So Charles was threatening the doctor. I know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone.
Henry, I just received a letter from the NMB investigation firm regarding the use of the RRF funds. I need you to call me. Henry, we really need to talk. Please call back. What's going on, Henry? Why aren't you returning my calls? This is really important.
That must have been Vivian, right? We have so many keys. I think 203, I found in the hospital's office. It could be room 203. Number 4, 2F. Let's go check there. If it's not that, it must be for the inn, but I think we actually already opened that room. So whose room is this? Oh. Very pretty. Scott Brooks' body. Found by jogger? Wait, Scott died? Multiple stab wounds to the heart. I completely forgot that I didn't think he got murdered. Scott's body was found behind a bush on Maple Drive. The police are currently investigating the case. Police do not know if this is tied to the murder of Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, the star suspect in the Vivian Roberts case, was found dead yesterday. His body was found on the roadside along Maple Drive. At around 6:50 a.m., a jogger happened to find a body lying motionless behind a bush on the side of the road. He stopped to check if the person needed help, only to notice that the body was covered in blood. Immediately called 911. The police arrived shortly at around 7 a.m. and the victim was declared dead. The estimated time of death was predicted to have happened 4 to 6 hours prior, putting the incident to have occurred at around 1 to 3 a.m. Questions have been raised in regards to the murder of Vivian Roberts, of which Scott Brooks was the key suspect of. He had been released from prison due to insufficient evidence. A room key. Yesterday, on hearing that Scott was apprehended for the murder of her mother, Trisha collapsed. The hospital called this morning to inform us that it was just a nervous breakdown. However, they've suggested that she should stay there for another few days. Charles is asking me to stay by her side. It rained today. Trisha had always hated the rain. She stayed in bed, tucked under the blanket, nearly the entire day. Here and there, she muttered Scott's name out loud, cried herself to sleep a few times. See that, like, light behind the diary? Scared me a little bit. It pains me to see her like this. Charles visits Trisha almost every day. Today he was quieter than usual. All of a sudden, he told me that Vivian had been seeing another man. Apparently a banker for more than a year. He asked me, what? He asked me if Vivian ever talked to me about it. I said I didn't know anything, but I was sure that Vivian would never have done such a thing. Then I realized that Trisha was awake. Not sure if she heard us. So they both cheated on each other. Sheriff Howard came today. He asked me if I remember seeing anything suspicious the night Vivian died. I've already told him everything I know. Frustrating to be asked over and over about things that I just want to forget. Before he left, I asked if Scott could really be the killer. He said he's wondering the same thing. If Scott wasn't the killer, then who killed Vivian? Derek came by to see Trisha. I asked him how he was doing. He said that the medical expenses for Wanda were more than he expected. Even with Charles's help, he'd been forced to use up most of his savings. He's currently searching for a second job. He asked me if there was a future for him. Traveling with Charles made him see more of the rather ugly sides of the world. His mother is hospitalized with terminal cancer, and seeing his best friend Trisha like this pains him. I didn't know what to tell him. Before he left, he leaned close to her and whispered, "Would it be better if Scott just never showed up? Would you have chosen me?" I wish I never heard that. Oh, Derek. So, whose diary is this? Wait, whose diary did we just get? Dorothy's? Oh. So Dorothy was still watching over... Still watching over Trisha. Storybooks. Oh. Nothing. We did get another key, though. Was there anything locked in Dorothy's house? Briefcase key. BH. We have so many. There's a well at the mansion where they buried Sofia, and we have Trisha's music box key. Ah, okay, so should we go back to the mansion? Should we see if we can get into Oliver's? Actually, I'm really curious about that as well. Walnut Avenue. Oh, it wasn't Walnut Avenue. Okay. I doubt it's any of these, but might as well check. PIA glove box. Oh yeah. Briefcase key. Do you think the black car is his? Was that it? So can't go in there yet. Yeah, this is his car, isn't it? None of these. Use the hammer. No. Good idea, though. Was he at the inn? Oh, was he staying at the inn? Might be. Yeah, if his car is parked here. Yeah, he was in 201. He never checked out. Did he go missing? Do we know actually what happened to him? Oh, it's soccer. It's this. That's what it is. It's the powder in the protein shake that keeps getting stuck in my throat. 201. Oh, yeah. It's not that, but I don't even see a lock. How am I going to open this? Does the reception have the keys? They had most of them, but not the 201 key. We got them here. Oh, they had the Vinci wine too. Weren't they missing a crate at the mansion? There's a room number shown in the key text with one of the keys. 203. Yeah, that's where we found the key. Hospital room 203. Yeah, we should probably just go back to the mansion. There's probably more stuff to find there. Well, well, well. Where is the well? I'm looking for the well. Oh. gate. Oh! Wait! Is it ghosts? Or was she just like, ah, fuck, you weren't supposed to open that. Bye. Oh, this is the well. Huh? Oh, we can go down? I don't want to go down. Well, here we go. Samara incoming, yeah. There's a necklace. Here she lies. 0526. What does it say on the bottom there? M to S? Scott? Matthew to Scott? Oh. I really thought someone was going to be peeking in. Do you think we got it? To Sofia. Matthew to Sofia. Magdalene liked Sofia. Don't jump scare me. Okay. Scary. Which one is it? This is a fancy one? Oh, we had this the whole time. Damn. Again, way too big. Doesn't need to be this big. 201! Wait, how did that end up here? Why was that in the master bedroom? I think that's just a bathroom door. Nothing. Oh. Is this Charles? Andrew came and told me he didn't need an assistant. He said Scott is too inexperienced and is a burden. What he hasn't realized is that the garden has not been maintained well over the past few months and that this drunk behavior is irritating. Scott is actually doing more work than he is. Scott is a fast learner. He should be up to speed in no time. Charles was the one who insisted on hiring him anyway. Charles likes the boy. Is this Vivian then? They've been hunting together quite a number of times and Charles always seems happy with his company. I just don't understand his love for hunting. He sometimes spends more time in his hunting cabin than he does at home. I was shocked to learn that Scott has been asking around about Sofia. How did he know about Sofia? Who could have told him? It must be Andrew, that drunk. I told him Sofia is gone. Those hallucinations of his are getting worse. He needs to see Henry and get more pills. I'll need to have Bernard keep an eye on Scott. From now on, I'll try and see who he talks to and who he asks. I called Oliver and asked if he could be the main photographer for the Easter fundraising event. When he asked what the funds will be used for, I told him it'll be used to raise awareness of Painscreek to promote our town's tourism. After listening, he agreed to help. When asked how much he would charge, he simply said it'd be free. I was surprised. I appreciate his contribution for his town. The deal with Howard Medical came through just as I anticipated. Instead of being happy, I feel empty. Am I getting numb from work, or is it that I don't care anymore? Our dinner tonight was quiet. Charles didn't eat much. He asked me about my day, but I didn't want to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I don't want to talk to him much these days. Trisha was silent as well. She's distancing herself from me. I can feel it. She used to confide in me about everything. Now we hardly talk. It's stopping her from seeing Scott wrong. I don't want Trisha to be near Scott anymore. Of all the men in the world, why would Trisha pick him? This is unacceptable. It's a good month, 2 months in between. Ooh, the clock. Right? The tea time clock? Let's try it. Dude's just running all over the house. There you are. Was it 2:30? 3:20? It was 3:20. Dear Vivian, I am not writing to you as your doctor, but as a friend. I know you had your suspicions about Charles. Now that his affair is revealed, there is no point beating around the bush. If you want to protect yourself and Trisha, there is only one way. You have to make Sofia and the baby leave Charles. They need to be moved away from Painscreek. You will, of course, have to compensate for her leaving. As for Charles, he will need to know that having his affair publicly known will destroy his political status. People are not so forgiving when the mayor they trust is involved in such a scandal. I figured that Charles will try to add the child into the family registry. I would do the same if I were him. It is a boy, after all, and the child will be able to continue the family line. If that should happen, I cannot imagine what'll happen to you. I've given careful thought to your request, and here's my answer. I've provided a new prescription for your mother-in-law, Magdalene. It is 3 times the strength of her usual dosage. Detailed instructions will be sent with the medicine. Should you decide to do it, you will need to administer the medicine carefully so no one suspects anything. Call me if you have any questions. Make sure no one else in the mansion ingests any of it. Oh. So Vivian killed her mother-in-law. Should we go to the inn? Or Trisha's room? The music box. Was there a music box here? Aha. Dear Trisha, as I've grown to learn about my birth parents, I feel as if a great veil has been lifted from my eyes. I now understand why Father Matthew was against us seeing each other. He was right, we shouldn't be together. Please believe me when I say I did not kill your mother. I've never lied to you and I never will. I don't know who killed Vivian. Hopefully the truth will come to light someday. There's so much that I want to tell you, but I cannot at this moment. I pray the day when I can express everything to you will come quickly. All I can say now is that I am sorry for all the pain that I've caused you. Please forgive me. So it really is like, I feel like it's so strange that Vivian is like legit worried about a man being born into the family because then he would inherit everything. That seems so old-fashioned to me. That seems like Middle Ages stuff. Like, if he's not Vivian's daughter and they don't write Scott in their will, then he wouldn't get anything. Right? Is that all we got from that? Just a letter that he didn't do it? Well, at least that's another key less. Okay, so what's our current guess? Scott's birthday? That would be a big fuck you to Vivian for sure. Sofia's birthday? Oh, 5/26/71. What would be 05/26? Would it be an anniversary, a birthday? Yeah, it might be like we still need to find it. We still have a ton of other stuff we can do, so maybe we should go to the inn first and see. Oh, also a bedroom key. Okay, here you go. 201. Yes! Finally! We're in. Very empty. The briefcase. Okay. No dead body. I was like, is there a dead body on there? Oh, yeah. I forgot that he got that. Okay. Holy Bible. Mm-hmm. Oh, 3/29/1997. Is that when he was investigating it? Oh, Calvin's date of birth. Everyone out here using their birthdays for codes. Where can I find the key? Dude, I am way ahead of you. Oh! She was on the roof? What is that? The hospital? The hell? Yeah, the hospital. Maybe there's something there on the roof, because we can't access the roof. Bernard Hopkins, 31, Silver Lake. I knew that. Father died in mine accident. He was at home the day Vivian was killed. No alibi. Meeting with sheriff. He mentioned wanting to show me some files. Wait, you met with the sheriff? When did you go missing? Found a hidden panel in the inn's reception area, part of the counter. The latch is placed at one of the corners. Okay, that's downstairs here, isn't it? The code for Charles's safe in the gallery is Vincent's birthday. There you go. 7741. What's 7741? Vincent's birthday. Right, so it's Scott's real birthday, right? And then we have 7741. I don't know what that is. That seems important. Can I take a picture of that? Autopsy of Andrew Reed, 3rd-degree burns. 44-year-old white male with burns found at home. 3rd-degree burns found across body, completely charred over the head, face, neck, and hands. Heavily charred across the front and back, legs and feet. So everything was charred. Closer inspection reveals punctured lungs with an object similar to a switchblade or small knife. He was stabbed and then the house was burnt down. Huh. Exsanguination. It puts me straight into the X-Files. They have an episode where they keep saying that. Oh, I'm sorry. Henry Johnson, 61-year-old white male, pulled out of a car submerged in lake. Victim's lungs do not contain water, which shows that he did not die by drowning. Due to the prolonged submersion of the body in the water, the estimated time of death might not be accurate. Top right side of the skull, leaning towards the front and above the right eye, has a white crack, usually caused by a sharp object and strong force. Front torso, face, and back portion of forearms suffer from numerous lacerations. Victim most likely succumbed to blood loss before being placed in the water. And Vivian. So, could they all have been stabbed and then covered up? Except for Vivian. She was displayed in front of the house. 12 centimeter wide and 7 centimeter deep crack. That's like an axe. Found on the right side of the head. Impact caused by strong force with a sharp... That must be an axe. Like, to the side of the head. Lacerations on front torso and backside of both forearms. Victim died from loss of blood. Same killer. I think whoever killed Vivian killed all three of them. The other two just weren't connected to it because they were covered up by a fire and a drowning. They also didn't find the doctor's body until like half a month later or something. I remember. July 14, June 9th. So there was only a couple weeks in between each of them. Let's check out the secrets downstairs. Ooh. So the corner? Probably on the inside, honestly. Can I take these now? No. Unlocked toolbox. Wait, we still have this. How do we unlock it? I can only examine it. I don't know what I'm looking for. And why did he take a picture of this? I can't interact with them at all. It must be... Oh! P? Is it the score? 2018 2-7. And bullseye is 50. Oh no, wait, this is double 18. Triple 20. 60. Well, I have it written down. So what are these corners that we have to push, huh? Huh. There was a private investigator in town by the name of Steve Moss. Rumor has it that someone hired him to investigate Vivian's death after the police ceased their own search. It's a tragedy that Vivian's murder case was never solved. I saw Matthew today while he was cleaning the church. He looked thinner than he used to. We talked for a bit. He told me that he will be leaving Painscreek soon as his services won't be needed here anymore. I think the recent deaths in Painscreek affected him tremendously, not to mention the tragedy that befell his adopted son. Even now, no one knows what really happened. None of the cases were ever solved. Sometimes I wonder if Scott did kill Vivian, or was he just unfortunate and wrongly accused. Mr. Moss came by today. Moss? He decided to question me. Oh yeah, the investigator Steve. See if I know anything he hadn't already learned. I told him everything I legally could. Legally? When I asked how his investigation went, he said something about an incident that happened in 1975, which might just be the breakthrough he needed. As he left, I could not help but wonder if it had anything to do with the mansion maid who left Painscreek. Okay. So... what's our next step then? Bedroom key? Could go to Bernard's? Like here? Wait, we haven't been in Bernard's house? Wait, how... Oh, we haven't been in here at all yet. Wait, haven't we? Looks familiar. Untold story. Vivian Roberts is well known for her success as a businesswoman in the 20th century. What most people did not know was that her seemingly overnight success was a 30-year journey that defied everything that she was told to believe in. Vivian was the first and only person in her family to graduate college. By her mid-20s, she left a highly paid job to start a controversial company. Oh. She then met her husband Charles, with whom she dedicated her life. She helped transform the Roberts family businesses and supported Charles during his mayoral election. She also started the Roberts Relief Foundation for the poor and initiated medical research programs for the sick, which resulted in Painscreek Community Hospital becoming one of the best rehab centers for the elderly. This is the story of a young woman who came from a humble beginning and became the most respected and loved person in the town of Painscreek, who killed her own mother. Military badges. Oh! The murder weapon. I think that's it. I think someone took an axe and hit her over the head with it. A knife is missing. Don't stab me! Ghost. I'm a kind person. BH. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Bernard. The butler hates her. I drove Vivian today since Derek is out of town with Charles. As I was driving, we talked. She expressed that despite having a successful business, she felt empty and tired. Trisha hates Vivian for trying to stop her from seeing Scott. She seems to be really bothered by the name Vincent, and her relationship with Charles seems to be just for show. I wish I could comfort her. She's going through so much right now. That doesn't sound like someone who hates her. If only I could confess to Vivian how much respect I have for her, and how much I admire her. Do you think Charles had an affair with Sofia and she had an affair with Bernard? Ever since Trisha brought up the name Vincent, Vivian has been pretty quiet. Even during dinner, she hardly spoke. I can barely remember the last time Vivian appeared happy. I don't think anyone can blame her. Wanda hasn't been coming to work for a while now. Her illness is getting worse. I wonder how she's coping. Derek wasn't available to drive Vivian again, so I offered to help. Or it's unanswered love that made him kill her. It's been a month since I first drove for her. She's been opening up more to me, telling me about the struggles she's faced with, her rocky relationship with Charles, how she's really dislikes Scott. Sometimes I would give her some suggestions when she asks what she should do. Other times she just wants someone to listen to her. Mostly I'm just happy to be with her. Vivian seems rather distraught recently. During the afternoon tea gathering, I stood outside the room and tried to listen to the conversations. She feels miserable being with Charles. They hardly look at each other, let alone speak. Personally, I don't think Charles deserves her. I finished reading Vivian's biography. Half the facts were incorrect. The writer should have done his homework better. Sometimes when I'm driving for Vivian, she asks me to drop her off at the corner of a street, typically in front of Tom's Cafe. She's always telling me that she'll make it back home on her own. It aroused my curiosity, so after dropping her off today, I parked the car and watched her. She ordered a cup of coffee to go, then left the cafe and walked up the street for about 5 minutes to a residential area. She stopped in front of an apartment and pressed the doorbell. Shortly after, a man in his early 30s wearing a suit, the banker, opened the door. Wanker. She leaned over and hugged Vivian. She gave the coffee to him and they exchanged some words. I couldn't hear what they said. They then anchored. They then entered the apartment together. Who is he? This is the 6th time I followed Vivian. After she went into the building with the guy, I parked the car nearby to wait for her to come out. Is this considered stalking? About 2 hours later, a cab stopped in front of the apartment. Shortly afterwards, Vivian came outside and the men followed closely behind. They chatted for a bit. Vivian looked extremely comfortable with him. Before leaving, she kissed him on the cheek. What's going on? I tracked down the guy. He works at the bank. It is the banker. The place they meet is his apartment. How could she do that? His apartment, yeah. Who the hell is he? Reported sick for the 3rd consecutive day. As I laid in bed, I kept thinking on why Vivian would be seeing another man. No matter what Charles did to her, she has kept her faith in him throughout the years. How could she be having an affair now? She's better than that. The dude had a child with someone else. That would definitely make it a rocky relationship, to say the least. She's supposed to choose me. Jealousy. Did I rate these already? The hospital gave me pills. They're supposed to help fight depression. I feel slight dizziness. It might be the food that I ate this morning. Dizziness comes and goes. I'm still able to work, not a big problem. My day off today, I didn't take the medication. By the evening, I started thinking about Vivian. Had to drive again, so I took double the dosage. Had a migraine for the rest of the day. At least I didn't have to think about her. I don't think you should just change your dosage or not take it certain days all willy-nilly. Couldn't Vivian stop seeing that guy? Why can't I stop thinking about it? Now I know that my dizziness comes from those pills. They don't seem to work anymore. It doesn't matter if I take them or not. I can't stop imagining what Vivian and that guy are doing. Ooh. I stopped taking it. Wait, when did he stop taking it? Day 32? Oh, we don't know when he started. For a second I was like, was that the day she got murdered? Oh. Huh. That is interesting. They're on the same spot. I can't grab it. You need to put it in there. Oh, oops. Oh, don't get pushed through a wall again. A bloodstained wood panel. I need a tool to pull out the nails. We found it. Dried blood on it. Bernard. Is it something to do with that? Two weeks ago, Scott came to me and asked about Sofia. I was surprised he knew about someone who used to work there 20 years ago. I told him that she was once a maid that worked here, but after a few years, she decided to leave. Today, I commented about the conversation to Vivian. She asked if Scott had said or asked anything else since then. I could see she felt uneasy. She told me to keep an eye on him. I find all this very unsettling. Derek doesn't seem too willing to drive for Vivian. I don't think a 5-day trip is that long. Charles often had trips longer than that, and Derek never seemed to mind them. Now that I think about it, Derek is unusually quiet when Vivian is around. He doesn't even look at her. It's like he's avoiding her. I wonder why. I've noticed Vivian has been getting increasingly paranoid whenever she sees Scott, to the point of being upset by his presence. She asked Charles to have someone replace Scott, but Charles kept him. He likes the boy. Maybe those hunting trips really bonded them. It's Dad's death anniversary today. Okay, March 2. That might be important. Can't believe it's already been more than 2 decades. More than 2, though. I visited his grave in the morning. His tombstone is full of fallen leaves. Oh, maybe we can go check out the grave. Looks like autumn has started. Mom's tombstone is covered with leaves, too. I read today's newspaper and updated him on the things that happened here recently. As I sat there talking, I wondered if he could hear me. Will I just spend the rest of my life serving Charles and Vivian until I die? What will people remember me for? I saw Scott and Trisha today. They looked happy. I almost envy them. I think my chance at ever having a relationship with someone is over. What would my life be like if I had accepted Angela? I don't think we would have been happy. She wasn't my type anyhow. Who was my type then? Vivian. I don't know. Dad's death anniversary, March 2nd. Bernard. I'm running out of space. Oh! I made a note that Bernard is left-handed. That's why that was important. He's the killer, or unless... Was it in her autopsy report that she was stabbed by someone who was right or left-handed? Where was the... What site was the laceration in her head? Okay, wait. First I need to write this down. Crack found on the right side of the head. So she might have been facing him, and if he's left-handed, then he struck her. Didn't think she was killed by a knife. Maybe he stabbed Scott? Yeah, this sounds more like an axe, doesn't it? 12 centimeters wide and 7 centimeters deep. So whatever she was struck with, it went this deep into her skull. Has to have been an axe. Can't just be a knife. Because a knife is a stab. She must have been prone. Unless he snuck up on her. Just come out of the darkness swinging. Oh, so scary. Did you guys see the tweet from Chilla's art? They showed what their the ending for the night shift game was based on. And it shows like a little video of like a woman in her apartment, and then the closet like slowly opens and there's like a dude and he like comes out of the closet to kill her. That's so scary, man. AOL password. AOL? What is that? It's like Amazon. Study room locked desk hint. Subtract the yellow darts from the red darts. Ah! Okay. Aunt Cecilia's apartment code. Aunt Cecilia. Okay. Yellow from the red darts total. So the red one was 110, 146. Minus 9. So 135. Wait, that can't be correct. That's not enough. 146 minus 9 is 137. Oh, I made a mistake. I didn't count correctly. Yes. That's it. Okay. Let me delete that because my thing is completely full. There's no more space. I need to start deleting some stuff. When the police reported that Vivian was murdered, I was floored. I still don't know what to do. My mind is blank. All I can think is, how did it happen? How can Vivian be dead? Everyone's mourning about Vivian's death. People are coming or calling in to express their condolences. Charles hasn't been out of his room for days, and Trisha's crying her heart out. Dorothy has been assigning busy work to all the mansion employees, hoping that it would take their minds off of Vivian's death. Samuel, our security guard, has been reviewing all the tapes of the past 2 weeks for any suspicious activities. I wish it could be of any help. Scott was just apprehended for the murder of Vivian. Is that true? No one would have thought of that. I could never ever believe that Scott would be capable of killing someone, let alone Vivian. Yet it makes me so mad. I feel confused. Trisha was admitted to the hospital today. She had a nervous breakdown after finding out that Scott could be her mother's killer. Her condition has been getting worse over the past few weeks and no one has been able to properly help her. Charles finally decided to seek help from the hospital. Matthew never believed that his son killed Vivian. He hired some fancy lawyer to defend him. Scott's been released on bail today. It's beyond ridiculous. I don't think Scott should have been released at all, despite the insufficient evidence. He killed Vivian. I know that he's guilty. Everyone knows it. Okay, he definitely stabbed Scott. They should have gone ahead and prosecuted him. The maids were cleaning the mansion when they found some stuff belonging to Vivian, a key and some stationery. I asked Charles what he'd like to do with them, but he told me to take care of it myself. I brought them back to my place. Vivian's death has caused lots of grief to everyone, especially Charles. After hearing how heartbroken Charles was 2 nights ago, I can't bear to see him suffer anymore. Scott should pay for what he did. What key is this? A desk key. Okay. Can we take the weapon or should we leave it there? I guess we should leave it. Vivian's desk, yeah. Desk in the tea room. Oh. Yeah, it still doesn't solve who went out of their way to kill Vivian, the doctor, and... who was the third one again? So we know who killed Sofia. Andrew, right. So someone killed the people responsible for the death of Sofia, I think. But we still don't really know who. And seeing how distraught Charles was with the death of Vivian, it's probably not Charles? Has to be Matthew. It could be, yeah. Because he was so close to Sofia. Maybe there's evidence in his box in the confession stand. Tea room. Although we live in the same house, Charles and I hardly speak to each other. I know that he's been feeling guilty ever since his affair, but that was 20 years ago. It's high time I forgive him out loud. Next, I need to work things out with Trisha. I've been objecting her relationship with Scott for quite some time. In doing so, Trisha has been avoiding me. I haven't been a good mother, but I want to be there whenever she needs me from now. I just want things to go back to the way they were. The agency has arranged for a new guy to help me. How? Oh, hold up a minute. She's saying I should forgive Charles even though she's been seeing a banker for a year? Don't you think that maybe you should cut off the relationship with the banker to be a good mom? Just saying. The agency has arranged for a new guy to help me. His name is Owen Smith, quite a young man for what he has accomplished. During our meeting, Owen asked me many things as he was interviewing me. The brief introduction turned out to be hours long. However, by the end of it, he said he has everything he needed and will get things moving right away. A new guy to help you. Owen called to meet with me today. He had the papers ready for me to sign. He said that the location of the exhibition has been approved. All we need is the down payment. That's great. Signed the papers almost immediately. After that, I informed our accountant Helen to transfer the money from the Roberts Relief Fund since the hospital won't be needing it for a while. Owen's been a great help since we brought up the idea of an art gallery for the public. I'm not sure if things could have gone so quickly if it had been some other agent. I owe him that much. The art gallery will open in 3 months. I'm so excited. We have received most of the artwork from the contributors and artists. All I need is to ask Charles if he would be willing to donate some of his paintings. If this exhibition succeeds, it would be good for us and for Painscreek. I haven't felt this alive in a very long time. Didn't say anything about an affair, though. He saw them kiss. Kiss on the cheek, though. Like, they could be close. but not involved. But yeah, who knows? What are we doing? What is this? Dorothy. She has a room here, right? Some of these deaths are some wild misunderstandings. I think so, yeah. Yeah, let me check out her cabin. I wonder if that lady in black that we're seeing is actually a ghost. She's not on this roof. Aha. Pendant of Mother Mary. Daughter of ex-mayor found dead at Painscreek Community Hospital. Oh yeah, Trisha. Hospital is now checking to see why the roof door was not locked. Oh, the broken railing. Trisha Roberts falls 40 feet from rooftop, lands on head and dies. Yesterday morning, the body of Trisha Roberts was found on the grounds of Painscreek Community Hospital. She was pronounced dead at 7:20 a.m. According to Miss Thompson, she was starting her morning shift when she heard some sound near the reception area. She went out to find Trisha lying motionless. Blood was flowing out from her head. She quickly called Dr. Bennett, the attending physician for the day's morning shift, who brought Trisha to the emergency room at once. Unfortunately, it was too late. Hospital CCTV shows that Trisha Roberts was walking around the hospital at around 6:30, headed to the roof at 6:54. A few minutes later, her body was found on the ground 3 floors below. Charles Roberts, ex-mayor and father of the deceased. I feel like... Oh, Sofia. Part of me is thinking, like, what if she is pregnant with Scott? Tries to tell him, but Scott refuses to see her the whole month. Then all this stuff happens with her mom. Scott writes her the letter being like, can't see you, we're brother and sister. But she's like, but I'm pregnant. And then chooses to go to the roof. Oliver again. Do you have a key for Oliver? Yes! Finally. Dear Dorothy. Oh, Oliver. Sorry, microphone. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for all you've done for me. You've taken care of my store on so many occasions, helped maintain its bright spirit. This is a nice handwriting. I would be lying if I said that I'm not saddened by your departure. I will greatly miss you. I wish you all the best in your new place. Do invite me there once you've settled in. May God be with you. You know what that means? That means we're going to get a shovel, and then we're going to dig in the graveyard. Sofia. What would be your code? We got a 7741 randomly at some point. I was hoping maybe that was it. The necklace. 0526. Yes. First, Diary of Sofia. I know some people don't like me. Wanda always picks on me and Bernard ignores me most of the time. Andrew, well, he's okay, as long as I'm not in his garden. Dorothy cares a lot for me, though. I like her. Tom, our security guard, treats me with respect even though I'm just a housemaid. Vivian and Charles are kind to me. Oh, and Matthew, too. I almost forgot about him. He's been taking care of me forever, certainly as long as I can remember. I'm a lucky girl. Matthew talks to me whenever he has time. Sometimes I feel he's trying to escape his chores at the church. We'll talk about everything under the sun, our hopes, dreams, futures. It reminds me of our days at the orphanage. Landing a job here as a maid was the best thing that could have happened to me. However, I never imagined I would be having an affair with a married man, let alone my employer. Now I'm carrying his child. How do I face Matthew? I received a letter from Matthew today, saying that he'll be extending his stay in Indonesia for 6 more months. That's always been him. He always had a noble heart, wanting to help people everywhere. I miss him, but I'm glad he decided to extend his stay. It gives me time to prepare how I'll explain my situation to him. I don't know how he'll take it if he just hears the truth blurted out once he gets back. I received a telegram this morning from Matthew wishing me a happy birthday. He told me he had a special birthday present prepared for me. This morning from Matthew. So her birthday is March 18? Maybe that's important. All I need to do is find the clues that he placed in our favorite places. He's waiting for my telegram after I've solved the puzzle. I've actually solved it already, but I don't know what to say to him. What should I do? Ah, my baby was born today, 8:20 a.m. It's a boy. Vincent's birthday is... Where did I write it down? Oh, here. June, so... That's 06? 01? 75. It's a boy. He looks just like Charles. Dorothy's taking good care of us. She prepares the food and attends to my needs. I almost feel like I'm her boss. Charles visits me all the time, asking if we need anything else. I told him he didn't have to come so often and to instead focus on work. As a mayor, he must have a lot on his mind. Charles told me today that his mother, Magdalene, will be arriving in 2 weeks. She knows about our relationship. Oh, so Magdalene was like, just marry her instead of Vivian. Feel nervous because she's a strict woman. At the same time, I'm happy because she told Charles to take responsibility for me and my son. Soon I won't have to be a maid anymore. Charles has decided to name our child Vincent. I like it. Magdalene knew. Anything else in there? Dear Sofia, how have you been? I hope everyone is treating you well at the mansion. It's been 6 months since my missionary work started here in Indonesia. Life here is hard but meaningful. I thought my life at the orphanage was miserable, but after coming here, I realized I am blessed more than I could ever imagine. I'm supposed to be back in 1 week's time, but I recently decided that I'll be extending my stay here for another 6 months. I haven't received any letters from you for a while now. I hope you're doing well. Remember the time when we were at the orphanage? You said that you don't want to be poor anymore? I think God heard your call and brought you to Painscreek. Charles and Vivian told me they were glad I introduced you to them. They said you are a hardworking person with a kind heart, and that us being related was not the reason they hired you. You got the job on your own merit. I did not know whether or not to tell them we are not actually cousins. I feel bad for lying to them. I guess I'll have to tell them the truth someday. Having said that, I'm glad that you are in Painscreek. We can talk and meet anytime, just like the good old days at the orphanage. I'll do my best here. Hope you can wait for me. Best regards, Matthew. I have prepared a special present for your birthday. Wait for my telegram that day. Yeah, we haven't actually looked at the buildings yet. The marks on the outside of the buildings. It was the Courtyard Inn, the bridge, and the post office. They have marks on the outside. But we can also finally go to Oliver's and get the shovel. Finally found my way in Oliver's. Okay, that means I can delete this. Okay, so what is up in here? What is up, my photo crew? Some frames. Some posters. Ah, here's the real good stuff. Shovel! Yes! Yes! Finally got it! Wrench. All tools found. Heck yeah. Oh, Oliver. We just attended Trisha's funeral this morning. Charles tried to be strong, but by the end of the ceremony, his face was wet, and Dorothy cried her heart out. Oh, Truly pains the soul to witness so many deaths occur here in Painscreek. Every one of those deaths was a person I knew, and some very close to me. Among them, Vivian's death shocked me the most. Despite what the media said, I will not for even a moment believe that Scott killed her. It just doesn't make sense to me. Trisha's death hurt the most, probably because I spent the last few years mentoring her. Seriously, this font makes me want to try, like, writing nicer. She was smart, kind, and very talented, turning into a very promising young woman. With her passing, Charles has lost all of his family members. He's all alone. Oh, God. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. His wife was killed. Daughter fell off the roof, maybe killed. Son stabbed. Sofia killed. He's all alone. Can't imagine the pain he's going through. Dorothy left Painscreek early February, a month after Trisha's funeral. The hospital closed shortly after. By the end of the month, Charles had packed and departed Painscreek for good. Wanda passed away March 12, 1996. Her cancer had spread too far and too deep. The doctors could not save her. 2 weeks after her funeral, Derek moved out of Painscreek. Autumn is approaching. My photography store will be closing by the end of this month. I have many things to say, but there's no one left to confide in. Anyways, I've been thinking about retiring for quite a while now. Oh, look at that queue. Psh. Maybe the time has come. God, everything literally went to shit. Okay, we have our tools. I don't know what we need a wrench for, though. What did I miss? Oh, these. Dear Mr. Oliver Gibson, Office of Church Haven. We regret to hear that Father Matthew will not be joining any part of the annual religious gathering event from July 18th till 23rd. We received Father Matthew's memo yesterday stating that he was not feeling well. I assume he has also informed you about this last-minute change. Please send them our regards. We wish him a swift recovery, so he may serve the people of Painscreek. Is that what I missed? I think that's it, right? Yeah. That good? That was it? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, maybe we should go back to the sheriff's place. We haven't been there since the very beginning. But cemetery. Haboosh! This way. How are we gonna get in the... Ooh, wrench maybe? Okay, there's a couple things we need here. I thought I had a key. I guess not. We need Calvin's birthday. And Bernard's dad's death day. Oh, so this is Charles's mom. Oh, she had a nice little spot of her own. Why is Trisha not... Why are Trisha and Vivian not with the mom? Calvin. Calvin's birthday, October 24th, 1902. So that is 10/24. Oh. 10/24, 1902. Okay. And then this is Sofia. Oh, that's so sad. Unmarked grave. Philip Young. What was Bernard's last name? Oh, Bernard Hopkins. Hopkins. Is there an Hopkins here? Jonathan Hopkins. March 2nd, 1973. I don't know if we need it, but I have it. If I were a time capsule, I would probably be here somewhere. How would we know where to dig, though? Wouldn't it be like by a tree or something? Maybe the time capsule is in this other section. I need a key. I think they set a rock. Well, it has to be here then. Well, I need to find a place to use it. Oh! Oh! Derek, Trish, and Scott.
Ooh, brother and sister.
6/2/1987. Derek. Congratulations, I'll always love you. Hey! 9. This is a bishop. Right? Secret of Painscreek. Hidden room and study. Underground secret passage. Secret room above father's room. In the church. What? Future Detective Scott. Okay. We found the secret passage to the hospital. Scott is gone and Trisha is dead. How did this happen? We held Trisha's funeral last week. Could have been more people. Should have been more. The village will be barren in a few months to a year. My generation is just moving out, and the old generation simply dying out. I will also be leaving soon. Once my mother passes on, once I can't take care of her any longer. The night Vivian died, I saw Scott meeting her. I was at a distance from where they were arguing. I couldn't hear the details, but I could tell they were disagreeing. When Scott left and went back to his cabin, I followed him, watched him through the window till early morning, all the time thinking how we have drifted so far. Watched him through the window till early morning, so he literally could not have killed Vivian. How could Trisha choose him over me? Am I not good enough for her? But he didn't back him up because he was so jealous of him and Trisha. Police questioned me when Scott was suspected of killing Vivian. I know he didn't do it, but I decided not to tell them what I knew. What a fucking asshole. With Scott locked up, I could have a chance to be with Trisha. I didn't expect that this small omission on my part would eventually lead to Scott's death. When Scott died, Trisha ended her life. In a way, I too died that day. I never wished for Scott to die, nor Trisha. I hope they can forgive me. Well, I don't forgive you, Derek. What a fucking dick move. Jesus Christ. Let's go into the church and see if we can open those boxes. Now that we know Calvin's date. This is not a church. Wait. Oh, it is. I confused myself. Let's go make a confession. Calvin. 10. 24. 1902. Dear Father Calvin, this is a letter about the things that I've witnessed during my stay in Painscreek while in service to Miss Magdalene Roberts. I have no one to confide in, and I dare not speak to you in public, hence this letter. I accompanied Miss Roberts to Painscreek on July 4th, 1975, to visit her son Charles. It was rumored that Vivian had a nervous breakdown following her own delivery of Trisha, and that she had to stay in PCH for rehabilitation for several months. During that time period, Charles was all alone. He found comfort in a housemaid by the name of Sofia. They had an affair. A boy was born. 2 days after arriving, we were informed that Sofia, along with her child, had left Painscreek. Where she could have gone off to was a mystery for all of us. I assume most of us believed in this story, including myself. However, Miss Roberts refused to believe that Sofia would leave when she would have been accepted into the Roberts family. It was the mom. The boy that she bore for Charles would have guaranteed that Miss Roberts initiated a search for Sofia with our driver, Patrick, and myself. It lasted less than 2 months before she passed away from a heart attack. What I want to confess in this letter is not about Sofia, although I was initiated by her disappearance. It's about Miss Roberts' untimely death. You see, Miss Roberts had a heart condition, and it had been affecting her for a while. However, her medication had always kept her stable. Her prescription was still the same during her visit to Painscreek, yet her condition deteriorated. The family doctor, Henry Johnson, confirmed that her search for Sofia had taken a toll on her health. Oh, dirty doctor. All she needed was to rest as much as she could and she would be fine. I know that despite the doctor's advice, Miss Roberts did not stop the search. Did that create stress on her? Yes. But should it have killed her? According to the physician attending to Miss Roberts back home, no. Definitely not within such a short time span if she had taken her medicine. Her body was never autopsied. Her son Charles wanted her body untouched and buried properly. As Patrick and I were packing to leave for home, I couldn't help but wonder, who could have wanted Miss Roberts dead? Is there a connection between the affair of Charles and the housemaid, the disappearance of Sofia and her child, and the death of Miss Roberts? I would like to say whom I might suspect, yet I am in no such position and I'm afraid that I might name the wrong person. As I write this letter, I hope you can understand what I'm trying to convey. I pray that the truth will be revealed as God permits it. Sylvia Eden. Who? Sylvia Eden? Where did I write it? 10. 10, 24, 02. Oh, really? You can't do that to me. Nothing. More characters. Sylvia. Yeah, do we know Sylvia? I don't. Unless... Sylvia Eden? No last name Eden either. We also haven't figured out who messed with the PI, right? Steven? Anonymous. Someone anonymously hired Steve/Steven. And he went missing. Could be an alias. I'm thinking it's an alias, yeah. What do we need a wrench for? We've used this date. We've used the shovel. We've used the hammer, but we haven't used the wrench. Tighten and loosen nuts, bolts, screws, and pipes. Could be used on drain covers. Oh, the sewers? Yeah, maybe we can open the manhole covers. I see a thing here. But it's a little tiny. Oh, I can actually search it? No! What? I was only joking. Oh my god, now we need to look all along the streets. How are you supposed to figure that out? I mean, we just figured it out. I'm not that smart. Maybe something got washed down with the rain, like a key. Nothing. Wasn't there supposed to be a mark on this bridge as well? Stump. God, that's crazy that that stuff is there and you just don't see it. Bridge. Stump. Okay. Ooh, this is my car, isn't it? Oh, yeah. So here we can use 7741. Okay. Where did we find... Oh! Lost and found. Oh my god. We were here in the beginning of the game. That's crazy. Sheriff. The crack in Vivian Roberts' skull shows that the weapon uses an object with a heavy and sharp end. Something like an axe would fit the description. To cause a crack that big, an attacker must be rather strong. I'm assuming it's either a man or a strong woman who is experienced in the use of the weapon. The victim must have been facing the attacker because of the laceration found on the front of her torso as well as the back side of left-handed. Showing that she tried to block the attacker by holding up her arms. Fatal strike landed on the right side of the victim's head, just above her right eyebrows. This clarifies the following. The victim was facing the killer. The killer was strong enough to land such a clean but deadly blow. And the killer is left-handed! That's what I was saying! Oh my god, I was saying that they were facing each other and he was left-handed. Oh my god. Since the murder weapon was never recovered and confirmed, my assumption of it being an axe still remains. Since this is me doing you a solid, do not under any circumstances leak this information or I'll be in big trouble. The guys here in Grand City don't want anyone more than necessary to know about these details. Sean Smith. Anything else? Is there anything in there that I can sniff out, please? Vivian Roberts murder case. Record of alibi. Charles Roberts. I wasn't there when my wife was killed. I left for New York on the 18th to attend a conference meeting that was supposed to last for 3 days. I was supposed to be back on the weekend. On the morning of July 20th, I received a phone call from our butler, Bernard, informing me that Vivian had been murdered. I could not believe what I had heard. I cut short my trip and immediately came back to Painscreek. But if Bernard did it, he didn't know he did it, but he did take his medication very erratically, which you're not supposed to do. So could he maybe... Yeah, the meds maybe. There is an annual religious gathering event in Hartford where pastors from different churches in our state's vicinity meet and discuss what we can do to help our society. The event started on July 18th and ran for 5 days, so it ended on July 23rd. I still think it could be Matthew, though. I represent Painscreek Trinity Church at the event. Our church can confirm this because we had to cancel our Sunday service that week. Because I'm thinking... I definitely think that Bernard killed Scott. But I don't think... Because it doesn't make sense for Bernard to kill Vivian and then the doctor and Andrew. Did Matt say he wasn't there? Yeah, Matt called in sick. But yeah, I was thinking about Bernard. Bernard has no reason to kill the doctor and Andrew as well. And they all work together to kill Sofia. So it makes so much more sense that Matthew did it. Did someone frame Bernard? I think maybe he got framed, yeah. I'm trying to remember where we read that Bernard was left-handed. There was something someone did, and then Bernard gave them a look being like, didn't you know I'm left-handed? Oh, Bernard, here he is. I was preparing for the fundraising event when I felt sick. However, there was no one who can really do my job, so I kept working. At about 9 in the evening, I was too sick to continue, so I bid Vivian goodnight and headed back home. Dorothy saw me leave. There's no one else that lives there. I live alone. Bernard was not feeling well that day, so he left slightly earlier than usual. However, he finished his work before he left. When I saw how sick he appeared, I wondered how he could have kept on working. Well, I guess that's why the Roberts family trusts him so much. Me, I feel like Bernard, like, Vivian and Charles are like his life. So I don't feel like he would kill them. It would introduce too many, like, questions or uncertainties in his life. Me, I was around the mansion most of the time, either preparing the food or making sure that the other maids were doing their job. The fundraising event, which was to be held the following day, was important to Vivian, so we were all making sure that everything would be perfect. By the time Mary left, it was already past midnight. I locked the doors and then went home myself. I live alone. Mary Martinez. She was a maid as well, right? Been working in the kitchen for the past few days for the upcoming fundraising event. Jimmy's Bakery was supposed to deliver the cakes, but a few days before the event, they called to inform us that they can't make it. Ugh, that's so stressful. Suddenly, I was in charge of the cakes. I was so mad because we didn't have much time and this event was supposed to be extremely crucial for Vivian's business. After hearing that Vivian was murdered, all my anger and work just sort of became irrelevant. Oh, Derek, the driver. I remember dropping Mr. Roberts off at the airport on July 18th at around 2 p.m. I was supposed to come back after that to drive around for Vivian, but she told me to take a break since I haven't had a day off for quite some time. Decided to visit a friend of mine who was moving upstate to West Dakota. What sort of friend? Elementary school buddy that used to live here but moved when he received a scholarship. Stayed at his place for a few days. He can vouch for me. I have his number at home. I can give it to you later. Derek never gave me the number. Yeah, because he was spying on Scott the whole night. I want to see... Matthew. Oh, is this the only... Okay, then it's not Matthew that we read that. Is it maybe Vivian? Oh, Mary Martinez? 1995. Had to interact with Bernard today. His left wrist was swollen pretty badly. When I asked what happened, he claimed he fell during rock climbing and twisted his left hand so he can't help writing the Easter invitations this year. He looked at me as if I was joking. Left wrist was swollen. March 3rd, 1995. Huh. But how... That doesn't really make sense. How would that have reached Matthew? Unless he was in contact with Mary, but... The invitations? Who died in March? I was thinking about that, but I don't think we know. Wait, yeah. March 1995? Public report. June, that's the earliest. June, July. So it can't be that. Oh? Car key. Ooh! The glove box. And a carpentry toy. Let's go to the car. Lockbox. My head hurts, my tire's flat, and the phone's not working. Is someone trying to stop me from leaving? Am I close to discovering something? I thought he was the one. I was wrong, he's not the killer. Tire's flat, phone not working, head hurts. The PI, yeah. So something did happen to him. Wait, where is this? In the inn? He's onto me and I had to hide the key in one of the drains by the roads. Oh, we're almost there. We almost found that key. Ever since I received the messages and the key, I've been following this anonymous person blindly. What a fool I've been. The anonymous person! I need to revisit my investigation notes and see if I might have missed anything important. What if they hired the PI to make sure that there were no trails left? I looked through the alibis recorded by Sheriff Howard. There were 6 interviews: Charles, Matthew, Bernard, Dorothy, Mary, and Derek. Then I noticed it. One of them is lying. It was recorded that there was an event, yet I remember reading somewhere about it being cancelled. Where did I read it again? I can't remember. You're a bad PI, dude. Oh my god, I just realized that the E in all of the killer's messages are slightly off in comparison to all the other letters. If I can find the typewriter, I can find who killed Vivian. The killer's messages E's? Wait, so the typed... like this? The typed E's are off sometimes? Wait, what was the threat to the doctor? Yeah, the E's are off. So, wait, but it can't be Charles because he was at the... Wait, what's the button for? Wait, here? It was like books and then a lamp, right? That's books in the background, right? Is it the secret room in the study, maybe? Yeah, or the church. The church has a secret door in the attic, and the mansion is supposed to have a secret door in the study. So there should be a secret room above in the attic. Has to be in the back then. Oh! But I don't have a key. That might be the key in the sewers that we're trying to find. The drains, I mean. This is so exciting! Do you think we're close? It feels like we kind of have it, right? We also haven't actually checked the names. There should be a name on the courtyard. Yeah, Anne's courtyard thing. Should be a name somewhere here on the bricks. One of Sofia's favorite places, remember? Didn't I realize that's just graffiti? Putting those names or words on the stone. There was a sewer at the end of the road. They will always be on the lowest row of bricks. I don't see it. Oh! Bird! And then the post office. I have no idea what these are for, but... Post office should be right here. Stream. Bird stump stream. What does that mean? Scott's map of the sewers maybe has drains on it. Oh, smart. It does! That's what these are, maybe. Maybe they're not doors, they're drains. There must be... was standing right on top of one. No. Oh. Oh, there it is. 19th century design. All keys found. Oh, we are definitely close to the end. I think that goes in there then. Oh, so cool. Oh. Secrets. It was an axe. And the typewriter. Oh my god.
June 6th, 1995. I met Andrew in the evening at his house. He was hallucinating when we met, saying that he's seen Sofia everywhere, that he's a sinner, and that he should die. But I didn't mean to kill him. My hands are still shaking.
That was it?
June 30th, 1995. Dr. Johnson came. He was surprised to see me. He tried to justify, saying it wasn't his fault, that he was only carrying the baby and had nothing to do with Sofia's death. When I revealed the truth about Magdalene, his face turned white. He didn't expect anyone to know the truth. He deserved to die. July 19, 1995.
So he killed the doctor
Just
because
like the doctor, Vivian
of
came
Magdalene.
alone. Instead of feeling guilty, she called Sofia a bitch who destroyed everything she had.
Oh.
I didn't feel any sign of remorse, feeling of guilt, or repentance from her at all. So I gave her time to express herself. And then I killed her. It's all over now. Why am I not at peace? There's this nosy investigator in town.
Did he do that too?
I thought that if I led him to believe that Bernard killed Vivian, he just might believe it. But I made the mistake of trying to mislead him. Now he's suspecting me of being the killer. He has to die.
What the fuck am I gonna do? Turn on the lights. Wait. I can't save? Oh! Run! Ah! Wait, what are we gonna do? Do you think he locked the door? Oh! No! Where is he? He's above me. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Oh, Jesus! Oh, okay. She's helping me. Oh, you're scary! Oh, she scared the shit out of me. Jesus Christ. The sewers! Oh God! Where am I gonna go? Where are we? Okay, go down, take a left. I read the map wrong. Oh God. I have no idea where I'm going. Maybe the mansion? Or the hospital? What if we're gonna...
Oh, there she is.
Okay, I'm gonna follow her. Do you think it's Sofia? God, she's so scary. I don't even want to go towards her. But I'm gonna assume she pointed me to the sewers, so... Okay. So she brought me to the mansion. Thanks, bestie. Holy shit. Scared the shit out of me. Okay. Do you think we're gonna push him off the roof? Oh god, he's here. I think we're gonna push him off. What should I do? It's so scary. Sofia, help me. If it's Sofia. Oh. And Steve saw her on the hospital roof. Holy shit. He saw her there all those years ago. What? I'm glad that you made it back safely and uncovered the truth about the Painscreek killings. Good job! Your story will be on the front page of tomorrow's newspaper. Please submit the following information as well as photo of your article as soon as possible. By the way, we found out who hired Stephen Moss. Okay, who killed Vivian Roberts? So, Matthew Brooks, right? Hope the paycheck was good. Yeah, okay, Matthew Brooks. The murder weapon, axe. For Vivian, right? Baseball bat, dagger, hammer. Yeah, this is a good picture. I also really like this one though. It's so scary. The map is juicier, yeah. But speaking from a YouTube perspective, this would be too much info for a thumbnail. This would be to the point. This would be mystery, murder weapon, shock. Newspaper article submission review. Sure. Do we get to see the article? My name is Janet Kelly. I'm here to inform you on behalf of PI Steve Moss that the secrets of the Painscreek killings have come to light. So who was Sylvia Eden? He is, however, missing. Yeah, we never found out what happened to him exactly. Police are searching for his whereabouts. While preparing for this letter, I could not help but wonder, what if Charles didn't commit adultery? What if Vivian had not confronted Sofia? What if Magdalene hadn't insisted on his son to continue the family line? Could things have turned out differently? In hindsight, it's too easy to say what they should not have done. Sometimes it's hard to make the right choices in life, isn't it? Did Derek really hate Scott so much that it led to his death? Could Matthew not have sought revenge for Sofia? Why did Henry Johnson choose to be an accomplice in Magdalene's death? The truth was that everyone made a choice they think was the best, but not necessarily the right one. This made me realize the following. We have the freedom to say or do whatever we want, but there are consequences following our actions. The bigger the mistake, the harsher the consequence. It was true that Charles and Sophia's affair was wrong, but Vivian had a choice, either to confront Charles about it or take it out on Sofia. She chose the latter. Just as Vivian made her choice, so did Andrew, Henry, and Matthew. In the end, they all had to face the consequences. One thing puzzled me. If Steve and I were both trying to find the truth— No! Why'd you cut me off? Oh, that is an amazing... I would buy that newspaper. Good job, me. Awesome. Music is loud. Let's tune it down a little bit. That was amazing. What a good game. They really gotta cut us off. Yeah, you give us so much time to read in the game, and then for the ending you're just like, yeah, that's enough. People don't want to read. I love that it turned out to be supernatural in the end. Like, we basically did a real investigation. Like, it was literally finding like diary entries and putting things together, finding keys and stuff. Grade A, 85% complete. One thing puzzled me. If both me and Steve Moss were searching for the truth, why was I saved but not him? I hope to find out one day. For now, here's the truth behind the Painscreek killings, is what it said. Well, I think, actually, it might be that Sofia was trying to help him because Steve took the picture on the hospital roof with her on it. So it was kind of like foreshadowing that she was trying to help maybe already. Secret room in the mansion. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We never opened the safe in the gallery, did we? Wait a minute. It's always like, you know when you start reading a new book and there's so many names and you kind of like, it's hard to remember them all and how they know each other. But then slowly you get sucked in. Because when it started out, I was really like, who the fuck is who? So many different diary entries from different people. And I was really just like, okay, I'm trying to remember. And then learning the stuff about Bernard. And then going back to like, or Andrew, going back to those diary entries where they're like, he's asking me about Sofia. And then you're like, oh, makes so much more sense now. Oh, the stump. Well, shouldn't we find Matthew's favorite places? Wait, this is the hospital. What am I doing here? I thought it was a mansion. So there's a stump here? By the... Huh? I didn't know I could go here. That's creepy. Vroom. Oh! I have no idea what code goes in here. You need to find Matthew's favorite places. The Moon Cafe? One of my favorite places, followed closely by the church and Little Big Books. Ah. God, that's so sneaky though. I ran by there so many times, I had no idea. Okay, Moon Cafe. Is this it? Moon Cafe. So there might be something at the... It's always the bottom, right? Someone said. Playground. I think the bookstore... Oh, is here. Let's see. House. How did we not see this? Yeah, it's that tunnel vision. Like like I said before, like you go somewhere and you're not expecting to see anyone on the street, so you just don't recognize anyone. It's me being like, I'm searching for this specific thing, so I won't see anything else. No. Oh. Dear Sophia, please wait for my return. Love, Matthew. He wanted to marry her? It's been quite a while since I last wrote to you. I've been busy. I hope you're doing well. Father Calvin has been guiding me how to be a man of God, to grow my faith in the Lord and my compassion for people. When I see those who have no beds to sleep upon and no food to eat, my heart goes out to them. I wish I could do more. Father Calvin has been handing me more and more responsibilities. It seems like he might be retiring soon. He even gave me his favorite desk in the study room. I've changed the code to 0318. Have we not opened that? Painscreek has been very quiet recently. Nothing much goes on in this small town. Oliver is still Painscreek's event photographer. Charles and Vivian are running their businesses. Trisha's 7 now. She's really smart and loves to hang out with her dad. Dorothy's the same old Dorothy that we all love. Bernard's still the reliable butler. I don't think he'll be ever replaced. As for me, well, I'm still here, waiting for your return. Do you remember the church attic? Well, I spend most of my free time there now, doing wood carving. It helps me relax. I even got pretty good at it. Sometimes I think of you and how we spend our time together. I'm not sure if you ever realize how I felt towards you. Since you left, I keep writing these letters because I never mail them. But I never mail them. And to be honest, it's because I don't have a clue where you may be staying right now. At the same time, writing to you has made me feel that we are still close to one another. Today marks the 6th year that you left. I still don't know why you left. All I want to say is take care. This will be my last letter. One day I hope to see you again. Love always, Matthew. 6th year that you left. Oh, right. He took in Scott when Scott was 10. Maybe it was Charles who was like, you should adopt that kid. But that's weird, right? Because he was getting money from Charles for the adoption and stuff. Like the money going to the orphanage and everything. Why else would he have thought, let me adopt this specific child? He had a desk somewhere, didn't he? Oh, here. Oh my god, I totally looked over it. I visited Scott today. Couldn't believe what he said. How could Sofia be dead? How could Andrew, Henry, and Vivian have killed her? Did Dorothy know? How about Wanda or Charles? Did they know? Why didn't anyone tell me? Visited her grave today. It was just a wooden cross that Scott made. There was no name on it. I placed some flowers in front of it. She always had a liking for flowers. That's why there were fresh flowers by her grave, because Matthew was stalking us in the town. I was thinking that. I was like, if no one's been in this town for years, why are there like fresh, perfect flowers by her grave? He must have done that. We had mass today. Vivian and Henry were there. Andrew, as usual, didn't come. All I can think of whenever I look at them is whether they actually killed Sofia or not. As they praised the Lord through the sermon, I felt sick to the stomach. Couldn't bear to see their faces. What should I do? I know I should forgive them, but it's so difficult. I'm dying inside. I wish I'd never visited Scott. I wish I'd never heard what he said. I wish I could just forget. I need to talk to Andrew. I need him to confess. And that's how it all started. Okay, we have the code in the gallery. It should be 060175. Back in the water temple. Finally! 060175. No! Maybe it's 6/1/1975. Yeah! Ah! Is this the queen? Is this the king? 4. Okay, that's a lot of pieces we have now. Charles. Cannot believe that Scott killed my wife. It's being spewed all over the media. How? Why? He loves Trisha and I treated him like my own son. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, he is your own son. Treated him like my own son. Visited Scott today. Asked him why he would kill Vivian. He did not answer, but simply looked down on the floor. Wanted an answer so desperately that I really nearly rattled his neck. Does he even feel any guilt or remorse for what he's done? How can he not say anything? I visited Scott again today, knowing that he will be released soon. There just wasn't enough evidence to pin him. He looked thinner than before, but I didn't care. I wanted to know why he killed Vivian. When I asked, he stared at me. I was so angry that I yelled at him. I was about to leave when out of nowhere he said, "I pity the ignorant." What the hell does that mean? Got drunk last night at the inn. Scott is now a free man. I think I babbled about how much I despised Scott and what I would do to have someone get rid of him. Did I really say that? How did I get home anyways? Oh, right. Bernard was with me. He drove me home. Oh. Email password, study room, desk hint, chess piece. King and knight, queen and bishop. Well, we figured that out already. Okay. Love Trish. 06-11-74. Wait, what is this for? Do we need these? You know what? I'll take a picture. It's too much to write down. Yeah, we also have the AOL thing, actually, now that you mention it. I, Charles Roberts, being sound mind, declare this codicil to my last will and testament. Should a boy be born in the Roberts family that is of direct lineage to Charles, if he's the eldest son and no others contest, he shall inherit all of the family's fortune upon Charles' passing. Sole condition to this is that the son must be 25 years of age. Firstborn child of Roberts' family shall inherit 50% of all the family's fortune. Vincent Roberts, born of Charles Roberts and Sofia Miller, June 1st, Painscreek, shall be officially acknowledged as a family member of the Roberts family effective July 1st, 1975. Randall Lewis. Wait. So he was actually planning to hand everything over to Scott/Vincent? So that maybe that's why Vivian was pissed. Okay. KQBK. K Q B K. That's not it. Should I do knight and then king? What was it again? The K was king. King and was it knight? Yeah. So 4 and 5. Aha! Let's see. Charles, upon your request, we investigated Andrew Reed and Henry Johnson's deaths. Due to confidentiality agreements with our sources, we are unable to reveal the true nature of their deaths. Suffice to say, both of them did not die of said accidents, so we dug deeper. We found out that Andrew and Henry were both related to the disappearance of Sofia and the death of Magdalene Roberts 20 years ago. What really happened to Sofia we do not know as of now. However, some evidence was brought to light regarding Magdalene Roberts' death. We talked to a retired nurse who used to work at the Painscreek Community Hospital. Although she preferred to remain anonymous, according to her, she came across a note while cleaning Dr. Johnson's office. In it, Dr. Johnson stated that the prescription was lethal and to be administered only to Magdalene, and the dosage had to be precise or it wouldn't work. No one else should intake it. A letter was made out to your wife, Vivian Roberts, according to the note. If you would like for us to stop investigating this, let us know at your earliest convenience. Otherwise, we will continue to find out the truth about Sofia. Ooh. Our investigation was initially promising. We interviewed possible witnesses who might know something about Sofia's disappearance. Months later, however, we are nowhere near knowing what happened to Sofia. We've searched through all the states for any possible trace, but to no avail. What we can conclude at this time is that the main cause of Sofia's disappearance has to do with Andrew, Henry, and Vivian. Now that they are gone, we are unable to get the truth about what really happened. Well, Scott knew. And if you prefer, we can still continue to search, however the results look bleak. We have postponed rewards for any information regarding Sofia. Oh, posted. Hoping that it's just a matter of time before someone with real information steps up. For the time being, we suggest you wait. Should anything emerge, you will be the first to know. Months ago, right before Vivian was killed, I confronted her about Mom's death. Wait. Oh, yeah. Magdalene, his mom. She said she didn't know anything about it. She only administered the medicine as provided by Dr. Johnson. She was lying. I could see it in her eyes. She was scared as she was hiding her fear. I know that Vivian was never completely truthful with me, but I still have no proof yet. She never liked Mom, but I wouldn't have thought her capable of killing her own mother-in-law. I know that she had something to do with what happened to Mom and Sofia, but what can I do? She was my wife after all. And now, Vivian is dead. So is Scott. Now Trisha is dead too. Is this my punishment for the affair I had 20 years ago? Damn. Okay, let's see. What's the story with this then? Do you think it's just all of them? Or is it a date? Coat was on the back of the book you put in. No! 4 right, 6 left, 3 right. How did I not see that? 4 right, 6 left, 3 right. From the ends. 4 from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 from the left. 3 from the right? Oh god, I'm stuck between it. Oh. Sofia. It was definitely Sofia who helped us. 100%. Dear Charles, I received a letter from Dorothy yesterday. She told me everything. What have you done, my son? What does Vivian know? Have you ever even considered the consequences of your actions? And what of this Sofia? What will you do with her? You made a mistake and you need to take responsibility for what you've done. Do you understand? You cannot take her as your wife. You already have one. This scandal cannot be publicly known. It will destroy your political career. However, the child is important. He is your flesh and blood, and might be the son you need to properly continue the family. I am now preparing to visit you. Do not say anything to Vivian yet. I will take care of it when I arrive. I still don't know why Trisha couldn't just continue the family line, though. Our baby daughter is born today. We've named her Trisha. Vivian had to go through a cesarean section. I'm just glad that both mother and child are safe, and I thank God for that. So happy that I have a baby in the family. There's no words to express the joy I'm feeling inside. At the same time, I'm worried of what mother might say once she knows that the baby is a girl. Vivian is being hospitalized for the 2nd time in a year. First time was for the C-section, this time for mental instability. Dr. Johnson told me not to visit her until she is stabilized and ready to receive me. What can I do? Mom wants a boy, but it's not safe for Vivian to be pregnant anymore. Sometimes I feel lost not knowing what to do. Mostly, I just feel lonely. I never thought this would happen. Whenever Sofia is babysitting Trisha, she would listen to everything I have to say. I could express myself candidly. Never once did she question the decisions I made. It made me feel like she understands me, found comfort in her, both spiritually and physically. I just never thought I would have a relationship with her. What should I do now? I have a name for our child. He will be called Vincent. I'll add him to my will. Sofia seems to be hiding as well as she can from Vivian. Even I have not seen her in these last 2 days. I wonder where she could be. Vivian hasn't spoken much since she was discharged from the hospital. Dr. Johnson said she is fully healed, but it will take some time for her to adjust back to her old rhythm. I feel our relationship is deteriorating or has suffered permanently in some way. I love Trisha, and I know Vivian does too. I can only hope that my mother's passion for her grandson will not affect Vivian's love for Trisha. I hope that she does not hold any resentments toward mother. Damn, all that for public reputation. Should have just, if you really were in such a rough spot, what he really wanted is just to divorce Vivian and go with Sofia. Because Vivian also had an affair with a banker for a year. So they clearly weren't into each other anymore. They were just together for public appearance sake. Magdalene Roberts, mother of Charles, dies at age 68. Hospital reports heart attack as main cause of death. She was visiting her son. Maid Dorothy, a maid working at the mansion, knocked on Magdalene's door 7 a.m. Since there was no answer, she assumed she was still sleeping. It was only 2 hours later, when Magdalene still did not respond to her knocking, that she realized something was wrong. Called Bernard, the mansion butler, who came and opened the room to find Magdalene lying on the bed. Dr. Johnson, the family doctor and head of Painscreek Community Hospital, arrived at the mansion around 9:30. God, that's so gross, though. He is responsible for the meds that killed her and then comes in to be like, I wonder what happened to her. According to Dr. Johnson, Magdalene Roberts probably had a heart attack sometime in the middle of the night. More accurate diagnoses are yet to be determined, but Magdalene's death was most probably the result of high blood pressure. Damn. Well, seems like that's it. Is there anything else we left unturned now? Except for there was another letter at the church, the secret room. Oh, there's so many. We're missing an entry from Derek. We're missing an entry from Dorothy, Matthew, Wanda, newspaper articles. We're missing letters. Oh my god, never mind. You're fired. That's probably if we just leave. I missed so much. I thought we were really thorough, but never mind. Okay, so don't... Dearest Matthew, writing this letter to let you know what happened to Sofia. Calvin Bennett. That's the dad, right? Or the other priest. My days are almost up and I feel you have the right to know what happened 9 years ago. In 1974, when Vivian went around a C-section... God, my throat's giving up. She was told she couldn't give birth anymore. Vivian broke down and was hospitalized. Sophia was tasked with taking care of the newly born Trisha, helping Charles. Charles, who was facing a lot of difficulty and pressure, unfortunately found comfort in Sophia. A boy was born. A few months later, Vivian found out about the relationship. She was furious. Feeling threatened by the boy, Vivian kicked Sophia and the baby out. Everyone believed that. But the truth is, I took the boy and put him in the orphanage. I named him Scott. Time flies. He's going to be 10 soon. Pray that you can bear the responsibility of raising him. He does not need to know about his real parents. It's all in the past. Instead, give him a new start. Sincerely hope that you can forgive me for hiding this from you. Okay, so 10 years after Sophia disappears, Calvin tells Matthew that Scott is actually Sophia's son. He still doesn't know what happened to Sophia until Scott tells him, because Scott found out. And then he hides for a month in the cabin, and he tells Matthew, that's what happened to Sophia, my mom. That's when he starts the kill. So all this time he was taking care of Scott, knowing that it's Sophia's son, but he didn't know Sophia was actually dead. He just assumed that she went somewhere. Dear Matthew, it's been more than 2 years since I started work at the mansion. I like this place a lot. People are nice to me. Thank you for your letter. Although I cannot be there with you for your missionary work, I'll pray for your success. God, yeah. And then Sophia was like, how can I tell Matthew that I fell in love with Charles, knowing that Matthew was actually in love with her? And then Matthew even had a ring ready because he was like, when I come back, I'm going to ask her to marry me. You were always the noble one. Do you remember the wishes we made when we were at the orphanage? Yours was to help the unfortunate. Mine was not to be poor. I did not expect the opportunity to knock so soon. Maybe heaven is helping me. With all that has happened these past few months, my wish might just come true. I'd love to tell you more about it, but I can't. It can wait until you're back. Things might be different by then. I hope it will be better. Okay. I think that's it, right? So yeah, we've missed a lot still. There's still a whole lot more. Even getting those just now, it didn't even finish up Matthew's. There's so much more. I'm gonna call it quits here. At least we opened the safe. We found the secret rooms. I'm happy with that. So we did definitely hit all the major beats. We found out who did it. But yeah, there's definitely a couple more items to read around. I think it would be interesting to maybe look at the other files, but I don't think it would add too much. The fact that we now know, like, how everything worked out between Matthew and Sofia and then him adopting Scott, at least now we know all of that as well. There must be something we can find that shows how Matthew disposed of the PI's body, Steve, I think. I feel like this game will give you like 100% of the answers. I didn't expect Matthew to actually show up at the end. That was scary.